So one more time, again my dear students, welcome to the new session of 10th Standard Science or NCERT syllabus. Chapter number 6, Biology part, first chapter, Life Process. Okay, in the previous sessions we already studied regarding the autotrophic nutrition, isn't it? The first part was about the life processes, which is essential for the living organism so that others can say that they are alive. Okay, we went through mostly 5 types of life process are there. First one was the nutrition, getting equal amount, not equal amount, getting as much amount of energy through food. That is called as nutrition. The second one is respiration. Third one was transportation. Next one was reproduction, and the last process is excretion. So in the last class we studied about the autotrophic nutrition, which basically involves photosynthesis and all. Okay, I think it was an easy part and there won't be any doubt because it's very simple part, photosynthesis of the plants and all. So next is about human beings, and this part onwards the essay questions can be asked, okay, especially human digestive system, also known as human alimentary canal. So what is heterotrophic nutrition? It's a type of nutrition in which organisms are dependent on other organisms for their food requirements is called heterotrophic nutrition. Example, animals, fungi and bacteria. So human beings cannot make our own food. You all know that. Okay, that example is not worthy, okay, that even though we are cooking our food in the kitchen, that is not a worthy answer, because cooking food, okay, it's fine, you are making your own food, but the process of nutrition is not happening inside our body, understand? The process of nutrition is happening inside our body, but we need some external sources for that, understand? Making food their own means all these things which we need to make food must come from within our body itself. Then only we can say it is we are making our own food. But in the case of human beings and lots of other living organisms, what's the problem? We need external sources as food. We are depending upon other organisms, other plants, isn't it? We need lots of varieties of food. Our food menu has lots of varieties. For example, we eat other plants, fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, isn't it? Rice, all these things, nuts, grams, all those things we are getting it from other organisms. Understand? We are not making all these things inside our body. Anybody of you are making any apple or any fish or any egg inside your body? No, they are not making it. Okay, we are consuming it from outside. That's why it is called as heterotrophic nutrition. So let us see. The first part is about saprophytes. So these heterotrophs can be divided into, again it can be divided into 3. The first one is saprophytes. Saprophytes are organisms. Okay, have you seen that green color thing which comes in bread? The common bread we are buying from the shop. When that bread became bad, have you seen some green color thing inside it? Somewhat like this. See this? Have you seen this type of things in bread? Yes, they are called as fungus, okay, or fungi. And this is what, you are very familiar about this. This is also an eating thing. We can eat this. It is called as mushroom. But most of the mushrooms, they are not edible, okay? Some of them are poisonous, some mushrooms is edible. So these types of living organisms are called as saprophytes. Understand? They will break down, organisms that break down food materials outside the body and then absorb it. It's called saprophytes. So the digestion is occurring inside our body. In human beings, digestion is occurring inside our body. But in the case of saprophytes, what they are doing? They are ejecting some enzymes, some chemicals from their body, and it will decay. It will decay the area around it. For example, the fungus, how fungus is feeding on this bread? The fungus is not eating this bread directly. Understand? It is not eating it directly. What is happening? Fungus will secrete some chemicals that will make this bread to decay. Understand? And when it decays, it will become a liquid form. Some liquid form will come, and that liquid form is absorbed directly by this fungus. The same thing about mushroom also. They are doing the same process. Understand? So organisms that break down the food materials to materials outside the body. In the case of human beings, we are breaking the food materials, but inside our body. Okay, that is called as digestion. But in this case, they are breaking their food outside their body and they are directly absorbing it. Such organisms are called as saprophytes. Example, fungus and yeast. Yeast also is there. Yeast, what we are using to make lots of cake and all. Cake, what other things we use? Bread and all. If we are making bread or bun, we use this yeast. Actually, the thing we are adding into that flour and all, in reality it is an organism. Ever wondered? That small white dots, isn't it? Some powdered dots are there called as yeast. If you go to your kitchen and if you ask your mother, she will explain it to you. That is called as yeast, and it is also an organism. Saprophytic organisms. Okay, so they are making their food outside. Mushroom and all is an example for it. Next one is holozoic nutrition. The types of nutrition in which organisms take in whole material and break it down there. Human body is called holozoic. Example, human being, animals like cat, dog, cow, elephant, tiger, lion, all. Most of the multicellular big organisms are, including the primates, mammals and all, they comes under this holozoic nutritional scale. So the type of nutrition in which organisms take in whole material and break it down inside their own body is called holozoic nutrition. Okay. For example, we are eating food. We are eating fruits, vegetables and all, and it gets digested inside our body and it becomes the food. So we are holozoic nutrition animals. So one more is there, parasitic nutrition. Parasites. Some of the animals or organisms which depend upon others. Understand? From the example itself you can find it out. Leech, tapeworms, lice, ticks, mosquitoes, orchids, cuscuta. So these are organisms which depend upon others. Understand? For example, these lice and ticks, what they are like mosquito. Lice means there's some in our head, sometimes it will be there, lice. Have you seen that? Like a black beetle-like thing in head it is there. It will suck our blood from the head. Leeches are also, it sucks the blood from others. Tapeworm also same. Mosquitoes also is a parasite. Cuscuta is a plant which lives in another plant. Loranthus is also another example. Some kinds of orchid plants also is like that. Okay, that means they live in other organisms. They live on other organisms. Have you seen these lice and ticks which is in the dog's body? Have you seen it? A small insect sorry, a small insect which sucks the blood from the dog's body and live in it. They are called as parasites. Understand? They derive nutrition from plants and animals without killing them. Anyway, the mosquito, while drinking blood from our body, it is not killing us, isn't it? No news have came that a mosquito has bitten a man and he was died at that spot. Some diseases it will bring, but a mosquito bite won't kill a human being. A lice bite won't kill a human being. This cuscuta, orchid and all, it also will not kill that plants. But in the case if such organisms, such plants are too much, understand, out of control, they will grow in a particular tree or a plant. At that time they are very dangerous for them. Okay, let's see. That is parasitic nutrition. This is the difference between saprophytic and holozoic nutrition. This you want to directly write in your physics biology notebook. Absorption. Okay, I will give it afterwards. Nutrition in amoeba. So amoeba is the a unicellular organism. Okay, it is the smallest unicellular organism, not small. It is a unicellular organism. It has only one cell. So what is happening in amoeba? Amoeba takes in food using temporary fingers like extension called pseudopodia. See, these are pseudopodia, and this is a single cell. Only one cell is there. From one part, food will enter. This pseudopodia is to grab the food, and it will get inside, and it will digest, and it will come outside through some other parts. Okay, there is no lungs, there is no stomach, there is no intestines and all. Only one cell is there, one nucleus is there, and the cell body is there. Understand? So pseudopodia is a finger-like structure which amoeba uses to grab the food, and that food particles enter inside pseudopodia, and after that it is digested and thrown out. Okay, there is no excretory organ also. Simply there is some part it will take in food, some part it will excrete it outside. Amoeba takes in food using temporary fingers like extensions of pseudopodia. One more question. Okay, what is pseudopodia? Finger-like extensions in the body of amoeba which used to intake the food, which fuse over the food particles forming a food vacuole. Inside the food vacuole, complex substances are broken down into simpler ones which then diffuse into the cytoplasm. The remaining undigested material is thrown out. Same thing is happening inside the body of an amoeba. Small food particles is being grabbed by pseudopodia and brought inside the body of amoeba, and it is changed into simpler particles and diffuses it into the cytoplasm of a cell. You know what is the cytoplasm of a cell? Last year you already studied. The remaining digested material is thrown out. See, this is the common digestive process of an amoeba. Another unicellular organism is paramecium. Paramecium, in the case of paramecium, something called as cilia is there. Cilia. Pseudopodia is not in paramecium. Do you see this photo? This hair-like thing is called as what? Cilia. In the case of amoeba, this is temporary fingers. Okay, if the food comes here, this part will become pseudopodia. Understand? It's a temporary finger. After eating the food, it will become normal. See, understand? When the food is here, that's why it becomes pseudopodia extend up here. When the food comes in this side, pseudopodia will go to this direction. Understood? And after eating the food, it comes to the normal size. But that type of property is not there in paramecium. So what it has a hair-like structure. See, and this hair has the ability to trap food particles. See, this is the mouth. We cannot say it is a mouth. It's called as an oral groove through which food enters into the cell of paramecium. And this is the anal pore, like our anus. Inside goes food, digested, and outside from here. Not only from here, lots of other places are there. Okay, it's a unicellular organism. Some of these things are in the cilia. You must know these chondricle, oculi, these all things. There's not important about that. Cytoplasm, you know, the inside cell body of a cell. Okay, you must study cilia. And oral groove and anal pore. These are the main things to study in this paramecium. So why these hair types of structure in paramecium? Because it does not has that pseudopodia. Which organism has pseudopodia? Of course, it is amoeba, not paramecium. Paramecium have cilia. Understand? That's a one mark question. Next one is human alimentary canal. Have you seen this photo? Any problem with the video? It is not zooming in, isn't it? What is happening? Okay, 1 second. I will just check. Okay, now it is fine. Alright. Now I think it's zoomed correctly. Okay. Okay, fine. So, alimentary canal is also known as human digestive system. So, in 3 dimensions, if we look at, we can see a structure like this. Okay, but from this we cannot understand anything. Okay, So let us see. The long tube extending from the mouth to the anus is called alimentary canal. So we have got a good picture for it. In this picture, textbook picture is mostly easier for you to understand. So let's check for that. Not here, not here either. Let me check, where is it? So here it is. Okay, see this. This is the, can you see that? Okay, fine. So this is the human alimentary system. So a tube runs from the buccal cavity, buccal cavity, from our mouth, coming here, stomach, then going this small intestine, then the large intestine, and ends at the end called as anus. So this system is called as our alimentary canal system, or we can also call it as what? Yes, human digestive system. Understand? And this is a very important diagram. It will ask for exams. Okay, it's one such diagram which is very important for the examination. So human digestive system also you studied in previous classes. Some of the important organs regarding human digestive systems are, the first one is our tongue. Okay, through which we taste all this food, isn't it? With this tongue we are tasting the food and all. Next comes this buccal cavity or the mouth. Inside this there is teeth is there, salivary glands are there, tongue, everything is there inside that. Then come the esophagus, that long tube from our mouth to the stomach. Next one is our stomach, where the all food is coming at first. Then small intestine. See, this small pipe like thing is called as tube like thing, not a pipe like thing, it's tube like thing, it is called as small intestine. Next comes the large intestine, a bit more bigger, same like small intestine, but it is a bit more bigger, that is a large intestine. Then comes the anus, through which ejection process is going on. Ejection, the waste particle is thrown out. And here one more particle is called as appendix. Okay, appendix. Nowadays this appendix does not have any use. In olden days it had some use, we will discuss that later. So something is there, diaphragm is there, diaphragm. This diaphragm separates our digestive system from respiratory system. Understand? Here we know there is lungs and all. Just imagine this, there is no separation, what will happen? The food and all which we eat, it will go to the lungs, and the air you are breathing which come to our stomach. Can you fill up your stomach with air? Yes, you can fill up, but you will be still hungry, isn't it? Okay, leave it anyway, that won't happen. the respiratory system and digestive system, it's too near to each other, but it is very well protected. Understand? Very well protected and very well separated between each other also. So there is no worries regarding that. So the first one we can say it is about the tongue. See, here is this part, tongue and all. So what is happening really? I will tell some of the thing easily. First we are taking in food, and we will chew our food inside our stomach. Our stomach somewhat it is here, isn't it? Some here, this stomach. Oh, sorry, mouth. Are you chewing your food in stomach? Sorry for that, my kids. We are chewing our food in the mouth. So first we are chewing the food, and some salivary glands are here inside our mouth. Understand? Salivary glands with secretes an enzyme. Salivary amylase is the name. That enzymes are what are enzymes? Okay, actually enzymes are biocatalysts, which is used in the digestion of food. Okay, digestion of food. These enzymes inside our mouth, they will dissolve the carbohydrates what we are eating. Understand? And they will make it what? They will make it glucose. 30% of the digestion of carbohydrates is done in mouth. Understand? In mouth. And after that, esophagus, it will swallow the entire food and bring it to the stomach. Understand? This esophagus has a particular ability, understand, to contract. It will push down the food here. It is highly lubricated with saliva and all, and it will push down the food to the bottom. So there's a particular movement of esophagus. This is called as peristaltic movement. We will study it afterwards. That peristaltic movement will push down the food into the stomach, and here the remaining digestion is happening in the stomach. In stomach, there is a lots of fluids are there in stomach. Basically, it is called as gastric fluids. Understand? Gastric. Gastric fluids are there. Basically, gastric fluids are of three types. First one is okay, anyway, we can discuss that. Anyway, gastric fluids are hydrochloric acid, pepsin, and also some mucus, sorry. Hydrochloric acid, pepsin enzyme, and mucus. Each and everything we will study in detail. Next, here something is there. It is called as our liver. Liver has a particular small organ called as gallbladder, which secretes a special type of enzyme called as the bile. Bile fluid and bile salt. Next, here is our pancreas. This one is the pancreas. Okay, pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, in which two types of enzymes are there. They are called as trypsin. Okay, trypsin and lipase. So these are the two enzymes which is there in pancreatic juice. After that, when it enters small intestine, the entire digestion process is happening in small intestine. Understand? In small intestine, it is finished. From mouth, it is starting. Small intestine digestion process is finished. So this large intestine, what is the use of it? Large intestine only absorbs the remaining water from the waste which is sent by small intestine, and after that absorption is done in large intestine, and the remaining waste food is thrown out of the anus. But what is the use of this appendix? Okay, I will tell. Nowadays, human beings, we are eating cooked food, isn't it? Well cooked food. So in olden days, when there was no fire and all, what happened? Our grandfathers, okay, our great grandfathers, they used to eat raw food, like raw meat. They won't cook it. Understand? They won't cook the food. They eat the raw meat. If the food is cooked, it is very easy to digest. But it is not cooked means very difficult to digest. So what will happen? It will come here, and some of the food which comes to the small intestine, it won't get digested. So appendix, it produces a special type of enzyme to digest that food. Understand? At that time, appendix was a bit bigger, almost like this much bigger it was. Okay. Now we are eating raw food, not raw food, cooked food. That's why there is no need of that much big appendix. Okay. So appendix is very small, and nowadays it is proven that appendix has no duty to do in our human body. It is a waste. It is a waste, useless organ. So these are the main part. Okay, draw as it is. Okay, this part is very difficult. Not difficult, a bit difficult to draw. The stomach must has its shape. The liver also must have a shape. It is a triangular in shape. This is like a bean, isn't it? Like a bean. This is like a worm. And one more thing is there. The total length of large intestine is 1.5 meters. Okay, 1.5 meters. Total length of large intestine, and the total length of small intestine is 6 meters. 6. So small intestine is lengthier than large intestine. Understand? The length of small intestine is more. Then why it is called as small intestine? According to length, it must have called as large intestine. It is called as small intestine because its width is very small. Understand? The width is very small regarding large intestine. So large intestine 1.5 meters, small intestine 6 meters. 6 meters or 6.5 to 6 meters. So that is the main digestive system. Remember these names: tongue, mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus, appendix, pancreas, liver, bile duct. From here the bile enters. See, bile enters the small intestine. And bile and pancreatic juice is coming to the small intestine, not into the stomach. Understand? In stomach already these gastric glands are there. Gastric glands will secrete hydrochloric acid, mucus, and also it will secrete what? Pepsin. Okay, it's an enzyme which dilutes the protein inside our body. Okay, this is the main human alimentary canal, or we can say it as the human digestive system. Okay, that's it, my kids. The next day we will study about each and every part in detail. What is the function of tongue, tooth, mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, stomach, and that three liquids inside our stomach, and also liver. Two secretions are coming from the liver. Pancreases, also two secretions are from the pancreases, and then it comes to small intestine, and how food is totally digested in small intestine, and the remains are sent to large intestine, and the remaining water, useful water, is absorbed by large intestine, and at last the food is, what all the food is digested, the remaining particles are sent out through the anus. Okay, that is the function of human alimentary canal. It is an essay. Okay, it can be asked as a 5-mark question with diagram. Explain the human alimentary system or digestive system. At the same time, each and everything can be asked. Okay, function of stomach, function of small intestine, function of large intestine, 1-mark question or 2-mark questions, like that. Function of liver. So human digestive system is a very important part in this chapter. So be careful, and what all homeworks I am giving, just finish it and post it in that not WhatsApp group, post it personally. I will check it, and after that, regarding that, we will conduct the test and all. Okay, the kids, I think that's the end of today's session. Almost half an hour finished. So next day we will meet for the next part of this human alimentary canal or digestive system, to study each part's duty in detail. Okay, till then, this is Midhan Raj again signing off from this part of the world. So be safe, my dear kids. Stay at home. Don't roam here and there. It's the corona time. The number of corona patients are coming up. Understand? Karnataka now number 4, I think. Very good, very good. So stay at home. We cannot say whom or when will be affected with this virus. It is not a very dangerous virus, but lots of people are being affected by it. So till then, goodbye. See you soon. Stay safe, and Jai Hind, my kids.